Hi. So in the first video we did those phrases which were basically the verse of the song. You got two bars and they keep repeating. So that's basically the verse. Now we're going to do basically the chorus. So what happens is we do this for the last time. And then we've stayed on this note for quite a long time. First of all, you'll see it in the tab and the standard notation. First of all, the note is pretty much a whole bar. It's three beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see it's a dotted minim, which means it lasts for 3 beats and then there's a rest. So you can see that I'm releasing the pressure on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so doing that thing of just releasing the pressure but the finger's still touching the string so that it mutes it. Let me actually play it. I'll play it on this. I'm sure you'll be able to hear it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So we go, the notes gradually get closer together, yeah? So first of all they're dotted minims, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they're crotchets with a rest in between, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they're quavers with a rest in between, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the last one of those, you hear this slide from the 5th fret up to the 12th fret. Yeah? That note is actually the same as there, but it's a different effect. Rather than going like this to going like this, obviously sounds different because of this slide. So this is the part where you need accuracy. So remember, look at the fret that you're sliding to. Don't look at your hand moving. Yeah, your hand's already in place. You pluck at fret 5, then you look at fret 12, and then you bring your hand up to, your finger up to fret 12. And then you've got to quite quickly get back to, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, it's on the end of 2, isn't it? Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. Let's turn that up slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah? So that's that bit. Let me play it to you now. Then we have this bit. So after we've done this, we've got 5, 5, 0, 5. Now, remember that thing about not letting strings ring out, because we've got an open string here. So 5, and then there's a rest after it as well, after the crotchet note. So I'm releasing the tension, 1 and 2, and then you play that note again, but you've had a break in between. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we've got that open string on beat 3, and when you go to the 5th fret of the E string for beat 4, you want your hand, one finger, it doesn't have to, I'm using my 4th, that's a very typical bass player thing to do because the next note is fret 3, but you could use your 3rd finger if you want, but that means more of a stretch from fret 5 to fret 3. So even though your little finger isn't as strong as your 3rd finger, obviously, but the more you use it, the stronger it will become, and then it will become natural to you, as natural to use your little finger as any of the others, yeah, pretty much. So it's a good thing to practice using the little finger, especially because, and this is why bass players do it, because the frets on a bass are so wide apart that if we try to do this 1 finger per fret thing that guitarists can do, it really stretches your hand a lot. and it's pretty much impossible down here. I mean, unless you've got massive hands. So bass players generally span 2 frets by doing finger 1 and finger 4. But getting back to my point about the notes, keeping them staccato, keeping them separate. When you play that 0, when you play that open A string, and your finger, whichever one you're using, comes down on the 5th fret of the E string, this hand is going to be stopping the ringing of the open A string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So not only do I put my finger onto the 5th fret and fret it to get that note, the rest of the hand, it could be any part of it, could be the underside of your little finger, but to give it help, the rest of your hand is going to come down on the strings. Bass players do this a lot, just laying all the fingers on the strings. In this case, it's the 4th finger that's going to fret that E string, but my 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers, well, my 3rd finger is actually crooked, but certainly 1st and 2nd fingers, just because of the nature of the hand, but 1st and 2nd fingers are actually lying across the strings, the other strings, so that they're muted. Just as we were talking previously, that my 1st finger, when we were talking previously, when we're doing the verse figure, we got this, let's call it the resting position for bassists, and because I'm playing the low E string, my 1st finger is laid across all the other strings, and then when I want to stop that E string, fingers 2, 3 and 4 come and lay down on it, and they don't do this, they don't do it too hard, otherwise you'll get a note. You just rest them on the strings and then you get the muting. So that's really important, like I was saying to you today, so important, because these are the basic techniques, the fundamental techniques that you need for any bass line. So we've got this, we had the 1, 2, 3, and then you've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, which is the return of the verse figure, which is why the verse figure is so important, because it's even in the chorus. So let me play this for you. And then we've got these, so we've got bum, 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 that's from the verse, but then we're back to the chorus, bar that we first did in the chorus, which is this one that I was just talking about, 5, 5, 0, 5, and then again we've got this 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, I'll play you this part, because we've got a little fast hammer on here. So that's from fret 3 to 5, and I'm using my 1st finger and hammering on with my little finger. Again, if you find that totally impossible, you could use your 3rd finger, but it is quite a stretch. So even if you can't do it at the moment, if you keep practicing it, you will be able to do it. And we want that move from 3rd fret to 5th fret, and I would use, like I said, 1st finger and little finger. And just practice that hammer on in isolation. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and here it is in context.
All in all, you're just a brick in the wall.
And afterwards, you heard the low E string, tuned to D, and it's staccato again. It's a quaver with a rest immediately afterwards, so we pluck the note, and then pretty much immediately, well, half a beat, we give it half a beat, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3. Actually, that was me being a bit too fast. 1 and 2, but because in the video he mutes it a bit before what's actually notated. and he's probably actually playing it right and the notation is wrong. So when you listen to the song, just see what you think, how long it lasts, that note. But basically, the principle, however long you think it lasts, is the same, that we play the note, and it's a short note, and we're in this resting position again, or fundamental position for bassists, for your fretting hand, which is, I need this note, this string, so my first finger is muting the other 3 strings, and then I'm using fingers 2, 3, and 4. Well, actually 4 doesn't quite reach it, so I'm using fingers 2 and 3 to mute the low E string, so that I get a shorter note. Okay, and that is the chorus, and that's pretty much the whole song. In fact, it is the whole song. I don't think anything else happens. I will have another look at it, and if anything else does happen in the song, I'll do another video for that. But so the first video was the verse basically, and this was the chorus. And as I said, the techniques that I went through, fundamental to anything you play on the bass. Yeah, all that muting, hand in the resting position, ready position, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Okay. Hope that's all right. Bye.